If you're looking for a trailer that's not too big, easy to tow, not too small, and maybe you love the teardrop shape, you might want to take a look at this Tab 360. It's only 2,600 pounds and it is less than 17 feet long, and that's a total length. Stick with us, we're going to show you all about it. Hey everybody, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV, and I am so excited to show you around the Tab 360. Now, this trailer from nuCamp looks like a lot of other teardrops, but wow, it is so spacious inside. They have really got some innovative ideas going here, and you're gonna wanna see them. It's a twin bed model and got the kitchen. It's got a lot of off-grid features that you can add, and it only weighs 2,600 pounds. It is a total of 16 foot 8 inches long, so small footprint, easy to tow, but wow, there's a lot to see in here. If you think a teardrop is too small for you, you might want to think again. Let's go inside and get started. It is hard to believe that I am inside a teardrop that is this lightweight and this easy to tow. Why? Because this feels so open in here. When you build a design that doesn't have any cabinets floor to ceiling from here on back, feels great. Just gotta tell you. It's hard to tell you on camera what that's like, so you just gotta see it for yourself. I'm gonna do my best though. We're gonna start right up front here, because as you walk in, you have this 12-volt refrigerator. This is 5 cubic foot, and it's very different than what you'll see in the other trailers by nuCamp. Let me open this up here. This isotherm refrigerator, again, it's a 12-volt refrigerator, compressor driven, and what that means is that it is designed to be so efficient, it's only going to use a real small amount of battery. You've got shelves in it, 2 crisper drawers on the bottom, 2 shelves in the door, and this is a little different than you're used to. It opens to the side. Nice freezer space for a 5 cubic foot refrigerator. It's very narrow, but because it's a compressor refrigerator, it doesn't need venting. That allows this refrigerator to go all the way back. So perfect fit for a trailer this size. Right above the refrigerator, you have a storage cabinet. Now, this one's going to go back about 18 inches, but because of the curved front, you're not going to get the full height, of course, in the back. So keep that in mind, but still, great storage right there. That's one thing they have done in this camper is they have used every square inch. So I'm going to show you all these little cubbies, and when you add it all together, it's a lot of storage. You'll be impressed. Did you notice the soft close on all the cabinets? I love that. You know, you don't want things slamming closed, and now you just don't have to worry about it. You give it a little bit of a shove and walk away, and it very silently closes up. If you push the button, it locks it into place so that door can't come open when you're traveling. Now, if we move into the kitchen area, my first thought was, wow, look at all this storage, and it is all broken up into different compartments. That's really useful because when you have a drawer that's real deep, it's tough to find things at the bottom. It's tough to have it organized well. And that's a real key ingredient if you have a trailer this size. So they have done a great job in giving you all types of storage here. And just above it, you have the combination sink stove. The glass top, of course, allows you to have countertop all the way across if you don't need any of the kitchen items at that moment. But if you do, just lift up this one glass top, and you've got a 2-burner stove on the right and a sink on the left. This combination is very efficient and very easy to just drop this right down. You don't have to lift this up to fold it down like you do other glass tops. So you're not going to have any trouble with that. Now, my first thought when I came in here is that this kitchen space is a little smaller than usual, but you know, I decided that I would rather trade some of that countertop space for the open feeling we have out here in the center of this trailer. Now, you'll get to see all of that in just a minute. But back up here, you do have about 6 inches behind this. So you've got space for coffee makers, things that can live there that are not going to be needing to be moved when you're cooking or doing dishes. On the side, you've got hooks and recessed lighting. I love that. Now, this recessed lighting in the kitchen is controlled separately from the rest of the trailer. Let's see, right there, this accent light. So if you didn't need that, easy to just switch that piece off up here. Let's take a look at this bank of storage. Right up here on the right, this is actually just access to the gas lines underneath the stove. There is maybe a little space if you wanted to tuck something away in there, but not really a big storage space. Underneath, you've got a really nice drawer. Pots and pans, large items, this is your space. It's probably a foot deep. It's amazing. Down below on the bottom, you've got 2 cabinet doors that open up to the 2 shelves. They're about 6-7 inches tall there, but great way to store a few things. They're about 18 inches deep underneath here. Now, up on the other side, it looks like this is a drawer, but remember there's a sink right behind here. So they've got a little tip out for you. Let me pull that open there. You do have a little bit of space right there, but basically it's access to underneath the sink. Again, you could use that for just a little bit of storage, but not a whole lot of space there. Underneath, they wanted to use every piece that they could. So when you open this drawer, you notice there's a center cutout, and that is for the plumbing underneath for the sink. But you get an easy way to store everything around that plumbing. And this last drawer right here is a full drawer, about 4 inches deep. So you can use the entire space there. One more space under here. Again, you've got those double shelves right there, about 18 inches deep, separate from this piece. So 2 separate spaces. I really appreciate the styling that they have here, because all of this different storage is going to make it really easy to separate out things, find things easily. It's just a great storage idea in a small space. Let's take a look at this window. It is a dual paned acrylic window that's got a nice curve on it to match the front of the trailer, of course. And it comes up really tall. I just love that. I mean, I could sit here, watch the clouds go by. Just love it. Let me show you how it works. Unclip all the way around. You know, it's a tall window, so it has 3 latches on each side. And then, of course, you've got one on the bottom as well. Let me get that one. And these just simply push out, and then you can tighten down the handle. And you could crack it just a little bit or open it fully. Every side of this trailer has a big window like this, and it just makes it feel so open, and it can create a really great cross breeze, especially if you get your power fan going in the roof. That is a 3-speed fan. It is reversible, so you can have it pull in or out and just make it really comfortable in here without AC or heat. All right, one more thing. I know you're saying it's a huge window. There are bugs? Well, of course. So you've got a screen that pulls down, and that can come down and give you the screen that you're looking for, or the privacy down here. Now you can also do it half and half. I love that because sometimes I want enough privacy with maybe just a little airflow at the top. So that's always a possibility. And that is on every window. So now we're going to take a look at the WetBath. Now, a WetBath means that it's combination toilet and shower all in one space. If you're familiar with the Tab 320, it's going to be identical, except for the height. Out here in the main cabin, it is 6'4" in height. Now, as many of you know, I'm 5 foot tall, so, you know, the tabs always work for me, but if you're a taller person, that extra height is going to be great for you. You do lose a few inches going inside the restroom here. It's going to be about 6 foot tall. You lose a few inches because you do step up into it just a little bit. Let's take a look. It's pretty easy to see that I have plenty of headspace in here. So I'm going to make Clint stand in here so you can see how tall it is. He's filming right now, but I'll get a picture of him in here. He's 6'4". We'll see how that looks. All right. The cassette toilet is always a center of controversy, but I will tell you this cassette toilet is fabulous. It holds 5 gallons, easy to dump. When we get outside, I'm going to show you how that works. You have a sink here, and it's a real long, narrow sink at the back. It's a little different than what you may see in other trailers, but the reason I love it is because it's not a teeny tiny one, big enough to use, and the faucet comes out and becomes your shower. I've noticed so many things in this trailer do double duty, like the faucet for the sink, and that makes everything work so efficiently in this smaller space. You'll also notice that right up here, there's a vent for the air conditioning and the heat right down here. The toilet paper holder has a cover on it, so you can shower in here with confidence that that's not going to get wet and ruined. And a nice mirror right here on the wall. All of those things make this very efficient. And there's a little porthole window on the side too, in case you want to peek out. Now you've seen the super tall and the super short. Hopefully you're somewhere in between. Let's keep going, all right? As I mentioned in the beginning, this is designed as a twin bed model. This side of it is a permanent bed, and the other side goes up to a dinette. I'll show you that in just a minute. But this at the end is going to have the TV, a little bit of storage, and some gear you need to see. So let's start right here. There's a 24-inch TV. It is 12 volt, and it's a smart TV. Very handy if you want to just stop somewhere, make some lunch, flip on the TV. It's going to run off that battery without a problem. There is a 110 plug right underneath, so you can plug in a few things there if you need it. Now underneath, there's a little bit of storage right here. Now they have used every corner that they can for storage. So if you open up this top bin, it's about 4 or 5 inches deep. I don't know, about the size of a shoebox, but I can fit a lot of things in a shoebox. Right on the front, you'll see that there is the AM/FM stereo. It does have the Bluetooth and the HDMI plug and a USB plug right there. So 2 speakers in this. Wow, that is all you need in this space to create some really great sound. Underneath, you've got more drawers. You've got a really big one on the bottom. I love that. It is about 8 inches deep, and the one above it, a little narrow, but still 4 or 5 inches deep. So that gives you a lot of storage right there. You don't want to waste an inch of space inside this trailer. Right next to it, this is a battery disconnect. When you put your trailer in storage, you can turn that to disconnect the battery so all of the little LED lights and the operational things won't draw your battery down. And next to that, you'll see a battery heater. Why? Because this comes standard with a 100 amp hour lithium battery. There is also a Battleborn upgrade package that will get you up to a 270 amp hour battery and a 3000 watt inverter. Great idea if you're going to go off the grid and you want to be able to camp anywhere. Lithium batteries don't charge below freezing, so that battery heater will allow you to warm up that battery and it'll operate in any weather conditions. There is a little more storage underneath this sleeping area. It is right here to the right of me. Now, it is not the full length of the bed, but any space that's not used for equipment is going to be storage for you. Very easy to access. Just lift up the panel and you can store lots of gear in that space. When you're looking at a teardrop trailer, the first concern sometimes is the height inside. Well, we've got that covered at 6'4", and this sleeping area, it's going to be as long as a standard queen size bed. It's 80 inches long, 31 inches wide. Awesome. Should be comfortable for almost anyone. You've got the big window next to you, part of why this feels so open in here. And then you've got more storage up top. So let's take a look at that. Like any great trailer, it's got some enclosed storage and then some open bins. I like both. Right here, the first one, you open that up. That's a really big space. It's about 15 inches deep and a very tall space. It does have a 110 plug right up there on the inside. And the reason for that, if you have the microwave option, it's going to fit right inside this cabinet. Now there's only 2 add-ons here besides the packages that they offer. The add-ons are going to be the microwave and an upgrade from a standard tire as a spare to the off-road tire as a spare. Only 2 things besides the Boondock package, the Classic package, and that Battleborn upgrade that I mentioned earlier. We'll go through that once we get outside. Next to that, you do have an open cabinet. Right here, it has a shelf in the middle, great storage there, and of course, this space right here. It is a reach-in cubby space. The floor of it is about right here, so you've got about a 2-inch lip on it. Things aren't going to come rolling out. Great space here. You've got the same thing on this side. So let's take a look while we're looking at storage. This has got the shelf in the middle all the way across, and then the open storage here with about a 2-inch lip on the front. Not only is this storage really nice to have it up top, but these curved cabinets are part of what make this entire space feel so open. They curve back underneath, so when you're about eye level, you've got a lot of space. That's how they make this feel so nice in here. To understand what I mean, you really have to step inside and experience it for yourself. There's also LED lights right underneath both cabinets. Now that LED light is separate and can be turned on and off at the switch. You do have a center light that's completely separate. This center light is a push button light. There's no switch for it, and it has varying degrees of lights. Let me show you what I mean. When you turn it off, you can have just a blue light or 3 different levels of white light. I love the idea that in this trailer, you can have very low lighting or really nice high lighting like we have now. You might want to work at the table and only have these LEDs on. So a lot of choices here. That really makes a difference when you're camping. At the end of these cabinets, you have 2 reading lights, and they can be a blue light, or if you hold it down, a white light. Love all the options, right? At the back of this teardrop trailer, I have to say, I am impressed with how open it feels back here. I think the higher ceiling, it makes it feel really comfortable. You know, I don't feel anything cramping me with the curve of the back of this trailer. Also, this huge window, I mean, you gotta love that, right? You've got a shelf at the back. Again, some recessed LED lights, just lighting it up, giving you some nice ambient light. Little shelf right here and openings, so you've got storage in the space here. It is about 3 inches deep below this opening, so you can fit quite a bit in that space, and you've got it on both sides. Of course, the USB plugins right here and a vent for that air conditioning. The small table between the twin beds, it's a great place to put your glasses, your book when you're reading, that cup of coffee that I always seem to have in the evenings, and you've got a drawer underneath. Now, right now it has all the gear from this trailer, but it's about 4 inches deep, and again, great storage spot right there. Underneath is the converter that'll have the breakers and the fuses right on the front, so it's easy access if you need to check that out. But now let's come over to this side where you have the other twin bed. It is almost the same size as the one on the other side, but when you fold it down, you lose 1 inch. 1 inch, guys. It's 79 inches long and 31 inches wide. So I guess the shortest one gets this side. The back of this bed pulls up to be the back of the dinette, of course, and It is done just like the 320 with a bit of a ratchet here. So you can pull it up just a little bit, have a nice nap, watching TV, maybe prop your pillow up, or you can pull it all the way up to be the back of the dinette. I like the fact that this side of it is really tall. If you like a high back, the other side is a little shorter, but both are really comfortable. Some people don't like the hassle of having a dinette and having to fold it down to go to sleep, but this is so simple. Let me show you. That was so easy to do. I wouldn't have a problem moving this up and down. You know, one of the things that really impresses me about this design is that in this trailer, everything has a place. Have you seen those trailers with that extra cushion to make the bed and you never know what to do with it? This one really is smartly designed. Every cushion on here is useful, whether it's a bed or whether it's a seating area. I love that. All right, now right down below here, I wanted to point out that there is a household plug right here on the side of this dinette bed. And that makes it really easy if you're working at the table, need to keep your computer charged, or keep anything else on the table charged. Really easy to get to. Right down below, against the wall underneath this dinette, you'll find the LP carbon monoxide detector. It's a combination, but something I always like to point out because that is for your safety and you'll want to test it every now and then. All right, big window here. I don't know. There's windows everywhere in this trailer. It really feels like I'm almost sitting outside. So there's a nice countertop space over here at this end. I love the curve on it. You know, the curve gives it a nice feel when you walk in the door. You do have a little bit of curve on the edge of this, but the main body of it is going to be that 31 inches wide, like I told you. But down below, you've got another storage space because you've got a pull-out drawer. About 8 inches deep, great space to be used right here. And again, just push that button, lock it in place. There is a space right underneath this cabinet that's open. And I thought it was a little awkward, but what a great place to put, I don't know, your shoes when you walk in the door, those things you want to grab. Nice open space right here underneath. And I love this cool little curved cabinet. You want to use every square inch, right? You've got a bar up here to hold things in, but another small space for grab and goes. So there's some controls here at the end of the cabinet. And on the top left, you'll see that there's a monitor panel. That's going to show you your tank levels in your 25-gallon fresh tank, the 18-gallon gray tank. Now your black tank, of course, that is the cassette toilet. So you don't need the monitor for that. Below that, you have the water pump and a switch for the outdoors porch light. Below that, you have two switches. One is for that kitchen light I told you about, that was the recessed lighting, and the other one is the recessed lighting in the main cabin. Really key to me because I like certain lights to be on or off depending on what I'm using and how I'm camping. Now on the right-hand side is the controls for the Alda system. Now that is your hot water and your heat. The heating part of it is so efficient and it's almost silent. I love that part about it. It is an even, radiant heat that is not going to come on and turn off, waking you up at night and making it hotter and colder. Great system. It also is going to control the hot water. And the 3030 has increased water capacity, so you get tons of hot water without worrying about running out. Below that, you're going to see the controls for the air conditioner. The ducted air is going to keep this very cool. And again, Both these systems are underneath the seating, real quiet and very efficient. Below that, this is a switch for the lighting underneath the trailer. It is a great red light underneath your trailer that's not going to attract bugs or animals, and it's going to make it safe getting in and out because you can see. I don't know, great feature. So all of these controls are actually going to move because this is a prototype. You will see these controls right on this panel next to the door. This cabinet will be empty. I don't know. I might put something decorative there. It's a great space. All right. There is so much to talk about with this trailer, and one of the things that's so impressive is the space. It's so comfortable in here. I really wish I could spend the day, but I need to go outside and show you some of the great features out there. So let's keep going. Do you remember that I mentioned the screen on this door? I love that it's hidden. It just pulls across when you need it. You don't have that double door to try to stick together or unstick. And you do have a window in this door with a very easy to operate blackout screen. Super cool. Now closing this, a new feature for nuCamp is going to be the keyless entry. Very handy. You don't have to carry your keys when you go hiking. Just use your code to get in and out. So every tab 360 is going to come standard with the Boondock package. That is kind of their off-road features, and it includes this nice Boondock handle, the heavy-duty step, the Boondock fender, the off-road tires, and the pitched axle. Again, that is standard on every 360. Now, if you wanted something a little more classic, you can get it. You're probably not going to see it at the dealers, but you could order it, and it's not going to have these fenders. It'll have a more sleek, classic style, standard tires, standard axle, and a basic pull-out step. So it still works, guys. It's just not going to be as rugged. Now you'll notice there's also 110 plugs right here. You never know if you want to plug in some appliances, if you're going to cook outside, maybe some party lights. You do have a heater rail around the top of this built in, so you could add an awning or some type of shade system. A gas port right here is going to allow you to plug in the gas to a grill, some type of cooking. Going to be great to have right here on the edge. But coming around the back, let me talk about the Black Canyon package. It's been super popular on the other tab trailers, and what that does is that increases your solar panels from 190 watts to 190 watt panels. So you double your solar. You also get heated tanks and the red underglow lighting. All that is great to have if you want to have a great adventure, not worry about the weather turning freezing, and you'll be able to get in and out of your trailer safely when you're away from all of those campground lights. All right, now the back of this trailer is got that classic look that you see on all the tabs. I just love that, and they still include the handles because maneuvering this trailer around should be really easy, particularly if you're on concrete. So nice to have that, right? Now coming around to this side, there is the vent from the Alda system. The Nautilus system is what nuCamp has been using to manage the water system. It's very efficient, and I love the fact that it's inside this compartment. This is a watertight door, and you have controls up here to tell you how to set these 4 dials to do what it is you would like for that water system to do. If you're dry camping, it tells you how to set them. This is how you fill the tank. It is also how you run it on city water. So you just connect right here and you're ready to go. Set the dials for whatever you'd like to do. There is a hatch underneath, so that water hose can come straight up from underneath and plug in right here, and then you can close your hatch. You don't have a hose coming out this way. You do have a coiled hose that fits right here for a spray port on the outside. Hot and cold water, great for washing the dog, rinsing off at the beach, all those things. On the left, you have a port right there for portable solar panel. If you happen to be parking in the shade, that solar panel on top may not be doing its job. So you can always carry a portable panel, just plug it in this compartment and charge those batteries if you're off the grid. You do have cable TV, satellite TV hookups right here, and a pump switch on the right. All very accessible and all enclosed in one space. Oh, I didn't mention, you do have a light right here. What's special about this light is you can turn it on and off manually, or you can set it for motion. So whenever you open this, it comes on, and when you close it, then it's going to go off after a few seconds. Really a great invention. I love seeing that, especially on compartments in trailers. All right. This is a lockable compartment, so that's really nice as well. Now your 30 amp plug-in right here on the side. And coming up to the front, this is the cassette toilet. So let's open this up and let me show you how this works. Now, cassette toilet, this is going to hold 5 gallons, very easy to use on the inside. Push a button, it's going to put water in the bowl, and then pull the handle and it flushes. To dump this, you just lift this up, pull it out, and you notice it has wheels on the bottom. This handle opens up, and then you wheel it wherever you'd like to dump it. You know, I've dumped this at gas stations, even inside a Walmart. Shh, don't tell anyone. And it's just easy to use. I like to put the handle down, swivel this out, take the cap off, of course. Now there's handles all over this, so it's really easy to lift. You push the button with your thumb right here, and what that's going to do is let air in so you don't have any bubbling when you're dumping it. Dump the tank, set it back down, put the cap on, fold it back in. Once you're back at the campsite, just lift it up and slide it back into place, and it opens up automatically. You know, there is a little bit more to do here, but you don't have to find a dump station. It's really wonderful. So don't be scared of a cassette toilet. It is one of the best features of this trailer. Now let's look underneath here. You've got your sewer connection right there, and that is for your gray tank. This does have the 18-gallon gray tank. That will be the shower and the sink water. Just hook up the hose right here, pull the handle, and dump that gray tank whenever you need it. Coming around the front of this trailer, one of the best features is this huge diamond plate storage on the front. Moving all the way across the trailer, there is a lot of space in here. Let's open it up and take a look. So you've got a gas prop to hold that open. This large space here, a lot of things can fit in this space. You do have another space for that sewer hose that you would use to dump the gray tank. I'll show you that in just a minute, but all the other things fit right in this space. I love that. Another thing I really like about it is that it's lockable. So you can lock this front, put things that are more valuable in there. Maybe you've got a power bank, different things that you take with you, fit right in here. Standard crank, 7-way, chains, all the things you would expect. They do, at nuCamp, have a holder right here for your 7-way plug. There's so many people boondocking in this type of trailer. It's good to keep this plug out of the dirt once you unhook from your vehicle. Another great feature about this tub is that you do have a space right here. Open it up, reach in, and turn on and off your propane tank. Now, there is a law that you need to be able to access that, and that's always been a problem in keeping these tubs locked because you guys travel with a lot of valuable gear. You want to keep it locked up in there and keep your propane tank safe as well. Very easy to do here because you've got this door to reach in, turn it on and off, solves the problem. Brilliant. You'll notice there's another door here down on the corner. Let's open that up. There is a nice storage space through the front. Great place for that sewer hose you might be carrying for the gray tank. And it's accessible from the other side as well. If you wanted to use it for fishing poles, I don't know, anything else that's long that you might want to store in there, I don't know, up to you. Whatever it is you want to take camping. There are so many great things about the Tab 360, and you might want to make yours, let's say a little unique. So there are different colors. You can get the outside in a white, a silver, or a charcoal. You can also get the roof wrap in a white or a silver as well, and the trim, a white, a gray, black, or a red. So if you want something a little different than that, you can get some custom colors on these tabs. So be sure to check with your dealer on that. This Tab 360 has so many great features. It's got tons of storage inside. It's got that open space inside so it doesn't feel cramped. It includes all the features, great new innovations, very creative design. Check it out today. It might be that perfect trailer you're looking for. I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.